Welcome aboard. This is the 44th episode of On the Swivel at the Sportsbar. Welcome, welcome, welcome all. Of course, just like every week, I have a variety of conversations, a variety of things I want to talk about. So I'm going to just go ahead and get with it. You know, some of my fellas come up, they'll just join the chat, and let's go. Of course, we got to start with football, and let's just get on it. But anyway, disclaimer here, everything I use is fair use. So far, you know, the the YouTube algorithm has, or not AI has left me alone. I don't even know. Maybe it's the monetization thing. Maybe it's not. Who knows? But maybe they just like what I'm saying. Right. So everything I use is fair use. Okay, we're going to start with the NFL. Well, I'd like to start with what was the upsets from last week. And these upsets are based on betting numbers, but they're upsets nonetheless. All right. The Steelers were slated to beat the Colts, but they didn't. And it would have been good for them to go 4-0. Still, Tomlin doesn't think that this one loss merits him benching Justin Fields for Russell Wilson, not just yet. So I believe that my man Justin's going to get the next nod on the fifth game. You know, so the fifth game is going to be, it used to be the season would be broken up into 4 quarters, but now it's 17 games. So the first 5 games is really the first quarter of the season. And if you want to have your hopes are highest, of course, you want to be undefeated. But if you win 3 out of 2 and you go 500 the rest of the way, you probably got a good chance to get into the playoffs. But the Steelers, you rather win every quarter, right? 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. So the Steelers next week want to win that game because they'd rather be 4-1 instead of 3-2. The Raiders beat the Browns. I don't know why the Browns was favored, but they were. The Commanders are off to a good start. Their quarterback is surprising everybody. Whereas the Cardinals are kind of disappointed again, you know. So the Bucks, I don't know why the Eagles were favored over the Bucks, but they were. It was just betting odds. I think the Bucks probably have a better team. And then Titans upset the Dolphins, but I think the Dolphins are kind of reeling because they lost their quarterback. You know, so that's not really they call these upsets, but nothing earth shattering there. Anyway, I guess a 1A minus receiver wants to get out of Vegas. Now here's my biggest problem. He wants to be traded because his coach liked the tweet. The tweet says, you know, his time in Vegas is short. Somebody said that. This might be his last game. And the coach actually read it on Twitter and actually liked it. Now, I don't know who goes through social media figuring out who likes what. Okay, obviously it could have been Instagram or whatever. But they could actually tell what you like. If you like a picture, don't like a picture, like what somebody says, or you know, they can out of hundreds or thousands of people who like a certain picture or photo or saying, they can figure out whether you were one of them. And then the person, like this receiver, wants to change teams because the coach liked the picture. It's kind of like a girlfriend who gets mad at a dude for liking a picture of a naked woman, or like a guy who's mad at his girl because she's liking pictures of a guy with his shirt off. You know, it's just like kind of dumb to me, but it goes on and people take it too seriously. You know, so that's one. The other thing, so there's 3 teams right now that we know who wants him, and each one of these teams actually have playoff aspirations. So the Raiders, hey man, here you go, man. What's up, brother? Where you been, man?
Man, I've been ducking and hiding these 304s, man.
Man, hey, man, you ain't shoot. Where you been, man? Listen, man, what's happening now?
Oh man, it's all good. I'm
Just
just,
working.
just yeah, just working, knocking them hours out. You know how that be.
I understand. We talking a little bit of football here, man. My man Dante Adams, he wants to get traded, so he's looking at the Raiders, the Jets, or the Steelers. Who's your team, man?
Well, I'm a Baltimore guy, so I love the Ravens, man.
Man,
Come on, man. You ain't had to
yeah,
call for
man,
stuff.
the Ravens, though, man, they're expected to win the regular season. They're
Mhm.
not going to get no rest until they get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm ready for that, man. I'm ready for them to get in that
And
Super Bowl again.
Henry looked like a monster last week.
Oh
Henry looked
yeah,
like a monster. Oh man,
yeah,
that was a great pickup, man. That was a great
yeah,
pickup. You know what it does? Because Lamar doesn't have to throw more than 25 times.
yeah.
So we'll see, man. So I'm into the football, man. You working those days? You working Sundays, or you get home, get a chance to watch the game?
Some Sundays, it depends, but yeah, I can see some of these games.
Oh, that's good. All right, so yeah, so Dante Adams, I think he's like a minus. He's not like he's good though, but so if they trade him, they better get something back for him.
They never ended up going with what's it? The Steelers never ended up going with what's that guy? Um,
What do you
um,
mean quarterback?
yeah, for the quarterback.
They're still with Justin Fields.
Oh, okay, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they wanted to start Russell Wilson, but
yeah. Russell
it's
Wilson. That's what I was asking. Yeah.
but he was hurt, and Justin Fields won the first 3 games, and then he just lost this last week. But he played well in the second half. So
Okay.
Tomlin's not ready to make a switch yet. So hey, listen, I got this little special thing I found out: the 10 fastest players in the NFL. I'm not
Oh,
going to
okay.
play it all, but we're going to just hit some of this stuff. So maybe we'll just they'll hit me with a commercial. Record time at the 1982 SEC Championships. Drafted in the first round by the Bears, they used his speed to blow the top off of defenses. And that's exactly what he did. With the legendary 19... start from the beginning. Let me start from the beginning. Puts you in a small club of players. Being one of the fastest players in history, it's you on today's list. The fastest players in NFL history. Michael Vick. There's not a better place to start than the fastest QB to ever live. Vick mesmerized the world, doing things never before seen by a passer. Reportedly running a 4.2540 at the combine. It was primetime entertainment every time Vick suited up. Vick's speed wasn't exclusive to just straight line. Vick would often cut, shimmy, and Vick was a bad dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
Accelerate. Vick started in 5th gear. Vick's start-stop blazing speed led him to being the first quarterback to rush for 1,000 yards in a single season. The worst thing that could happen to a defense is Vick deciding to tuck it and run. There's not a dual-threat passer that has ever had a saying wow more than Michael Vick. As a result, the 10th fastest speedster on our list is the all-time leading rusher at the quarterback position with over 6,000 yards on the ground. We have to talk about what Cliff Branch did as a sprinter. In the 1970 final, Branch broke the 100
That was before my time.
at 4 seconds flat. I hear you. A lot of these guys are from the old past. Retired the all-time receiving yards leader. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but okay, who do you think? So here's the list that they go over. We're not going to show them all. Vick, Cliff Branch,
Mm-hmm.
Willie Galt. That's probably before your time too.
Oh yeah.
Randy Moss. I know you remember him.
Yeah.
Chris Johnson. Remember, Chris Johnson played for the Titans. He was a running back. That dude, he had a short drink of water, but he ran for 2,000 yards one season. So he's in the record books with those guys. But the total season, he had 2,500 yards running and passing. He was good. So, but I think he got caught up in the drugs and stuff. Tyreek Hill, you know him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and Deion Sanders was one of the fastest. Bo Jackson,
Oh, yeah.
actually, on the list. Bob Hayes. Now, I know Bob Hayes before your time, man. Bob Hayes was for Dallas. He was an Olympic guy, gold medalist, and yeah, and then of course a defensive guy, Darryl Green. He played for the Washington Redskins. This guy was faster than most of the receivers in the league, and he played like 20 seasons. So he's a Hall of Famer. So they had some fast guys in the NFL. Some real fast guys. So this was a tribute to those guys. So I was going to play the whole thing because it's like 11 minutes long. I didn't have much to talk about the NFL because the games are the games. Let me see. We have one of the things I do want to do is we could look at. It's still too early to look at the standings. Everything is kind of close.
Mm-hmm.
All right, NBA. Derrick Rose, he retires. So let's hear what Stephen A. Smith has to say about him. You remember Derrick Rose, right?
Oh yeah.
Former MVP Derrick Rose retiring from the NBA after a 16-year career. Stephen A., that's incredible, 16 years. What will you remember most about his time in the association?
Derrick Rose, had he not gotten injured, would have been one of the greatest guards we have ever seen in the history of basketball. This dude.
Do you agree with Stephen A. saying that?
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
He's a better Russell Westbrook because he was as athletic, but he was a better scorer.
Him and Russell Westbrook are the two most athletic point guards in NBA history. But this 15 seasons, Rookie of the Year, League MVP in the 2010-2011 season, the man that had Michael Jordan standing up and speaking to the crowd in Chicago saying, y'all are in good hands. We all marveled at the greatness of Derrick Rose. He is the one guy you truly look at and say, the injury to his knees derailed his career. He was that spectacular. And he's a great, great guy. One of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet in your life.
Yeah.
Gonna miss
him. Yeah, and congrats to him on an incredible career.
All right, so that's that. Yeah, so Derrick Rose, hey man, he's going to enjoy his retirement. Got a little bit of bang. Have his multiple girlfriends. Fine. The WNBA. Before I get this started, have you followed? Man, listen, this is the first year I ever followed the WNBA. Have you watched any of the game?
I watched a few games, not a lot.
Well, let me ask you, why did you watch them? Is it because of the Caitlin Clark effect?
Yeah, definitely.
I swear.
Definitely.
I'm telling you, listen, man. But what do you think about the sisters, man, and how they treated Caitlin Clark?
I would say, man, it's definitely some jealousy, man. You got somebody coming in, bringing shine where it wasn't no shine in that. Wasn't no publicity. There's a little bit of animosity, I believe.
You think a little bit, or
maybe a lot, yeah.
A lot. Let me ask you another question, brother. Do you think it was because of lesbians?
You know what?
The fact that the team is
it ain't politically correct to say, but that might be a little piece of that too.
All right. Here's Coach Ferg, man. Wait a minute. All right, yeah. See, when I say it that way, maybe hey, what's up, Coach?
What's up, Alpine? What's up?
Yeah, man. So we're talking about the WNBA. Before I play this little clip, I was asking my man, Red Planet over here about Mars or whatever. Which way you like? You like Mars, right? Or Red Planet? Matter.
Mars is fine. It's all good.
Yeah. So we were talking about, do we think, the ladies in the WNBA were just jealous, and that's why they're behaving badly?
Yeah, I think, there's two things I want to comment on, I think, based on what you said. Yeah, I think initially there was some jealousy because, the WNBA has been in existence for, since 96, 97, something like that.
Right.
And I don't think nobody coming out of college had as much hype. But this is a social media age. This is the glamour age. Everybody's into you know, the glamour of the sports and not just really the, I would say, the competitive. It ain't not just the competitive nature, but the, you know, the skill set. You know, she can shoot the ball, so that's different. You know, but yeah, I mean, she's gonna be one of the best when it's all said and done. If she plays that long, I don't think she's gonna play, you know, 12, 14 years. I think she's gonna look at starting a family at some point, and she'll just become a spokeswoman for the game because of her pool. But I did want to comment on the blasphemy you said earlier about D Rose against Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, D Rose never had a triple double. He had an MVP like him. D Rose never went to the finals. He had a great career. He's one of the best point guards. You know, I would give him top 20 in the history. But as far as Russell Westbrook, not many have a triple
okay.
double.
Yeah, he did that what 4 times or 3 times?
I think it was like 2 or 3 times.
No, it
2 or
was more.
3.
It was at least 3 times. I think he might have did it a 4th time too.
But yeah, that's hard. That'll never happen
Well, let me
again.
say, let me tell you this. You're right. Derrick Rose got hurt early, but what Russell did is uncanny. And he doesn't get a lot of credit because a lot of people didn't like him for some reason. I can't figure that out. But they won almost 80% of those games, 75, 76% of those games. When he had a triple double, they won 3 out of 4 games.
Yeah, and that's just, again, you know, think about it. That wasn't that long ago, but we are so used to what's next. What's the next thing that we just sort of discredit what accomplishments was made prior to the new person coming, you know, so it's going to be some new hype.
Let me play a little bit about what these people are saying about the jealousy in the WNBA. Just a little bit. I'm not going to play all of it.
I wrote about the bad politicians.
Damn it.
Because the Jersey Institute. Number of views for WNBA games that Caitlin Clark is not in is like 4 million. When she's in the game, when it's her game playing, it's like 17 million.
Well, I also look at the attendance. Yes, it's 8 to 10,000 everywhere else. Caitlin Clark, 18,000.
The WNBA is painfully trying to get through the semifinals and finals game without Caitlin Clark, and it's not looking good.
Growth of the game speaks for itself, but it's also in the numbers. Just look at the difference in All-Star votes compared to last year. Asia Wilson led with just under 100,000 votes, and this year Caitlin Clark is leading with a little over 700,000. What a difference a year.
Games, which don't feature Caitlin Clark, have a significantly lower amount of viewers, which means the WNBA are now taking a massive hit and are finally realizing.
So let me ask you guys this question, all right? Let me ask y'all this question.
Mm-hmm.
It's obvious that the WNBA has an influx of white fans because of Caitlin Clark. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, or is it just a natural thing?
They might want to take them how they can get them. You know, she's repping for the Snow Bunnies, man. So if they get fans off of whatever they can get them from, it's probably a good thing for for their organization.
Okay, so but is it okay? So that I believe that's true because the sisters are resenting that. But go ahead, Trey Ferg. What do you think? Is it a good thing, bad thing, or is it just a natural thing?
I mean, what you said, like you say all the time, 2 things can be right at the same time. You know, she is one of those great white hopes that you see. You never seen a white girl come in the league that had the capacity that she had and can draw that. You know, she was drawing artists in college, so it's gonna translate. They never had nobody to be in front like that, and it drew more women on both sides of it because it's just the way it is. I think she's good for the NBA. I think the NBA going into the future, I think she'll start being the face of the NBA. She's going to be more visible to the world as far as the NBA is concerned.
Well, let me ask you guys another question then, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking shared numbers too. Listen, black folks like sports. We like sports, but in Rankin Town, we don't actually pay for a lot of tickets. We like to watch shit on TV.
Yeah,
So
there
so
is.
so I think that's true, right?
Yeah.
Just like in the NBA, it's a black league, but if you look at the stands, I mean, there's a fair amount of blacks who go, but white people are actually the fan base, correct? So what I'm
Yeah,
saying is, black folks, even on the TV and stuff, we really never, especially men, we really never supported the WNBA because we like to watch our basketball from the men, right? And I think so. Here's the other question. I think it shows that there was a slight negativity because of I believe because the league is so overwhelmingly lesbian. I really do, and some of those ladies look hard, right? So I just think that I know it's not politically correct to say, but I think it's true. I think that has something to do with it.
Well, that's probably does because when you think about it, man, and this ain't gonna be politically correct, but when you dealing with a lot of them studs and you see a lot of them studs and all, they're trying to act so manly, they act overly aggressive,
That's
overly
really right.
tough,
I'm not a mother. I'm a father. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I just think, see, to me, I think this is just a natural way people are. And, as far as the white fans are concerned, there was nothing in it for them, I think, until they saw somebody they could relate to, and
Yeah.
so, I mean, it's and they say that Caitlin Clark is a polarizing figure, but she's not the one who's polarizing. It's everybody else.
yeah. But I think Caitlin Clark's influence on the WNBA is the same as what's her name, the little singer. They have an audience outside of sports, so that audience is going to support whatever they do.
What singer?
You know, huh?
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Taylor Swift. She has an audience. She has a music audience. They're gonna follow her. If she fucking goes to Walmart, she'll have 500,000 views at Walmart.
Yeah,
But that's just the thing. People of color, we love sports, but we the most highly critical of any sport. Anything with competition, we critiquing it up and down. But they're not into I coached football when they had football games on Sundays because they're not into it like we are. But when that star comes to whatever format, they're going to bring millions of people with them just for that person, not even really into the game. They just waiting to see Caitlin Clark. When she went out of the game, they probably went to go use the bathroom, put some, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't into it, but she brings that star power, so it is what it is.
Yes, he does. Hey, what's up, Charles? What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? All right,
Yo,
buddy.
hey, man, how was the wedding?
What's up, brother?
The wedding? No, the wedding is in a couple. It's in Jamaica in a couple weeks.
So you were. I mean, I haven't heard from you in a while. So you was just missing in action.
Yeah, man, a lot of action going on.
Yeah, okay.
I'll tell you all about it another time.
Yeah, no, you don't have to. I don't want you going into it now. So I don't know how much you missed. We were talking about the Caitlin Clark effect, and how the other girls in the WNBA kind of are fumbling the bag.
Oh,
I think they're fumbling the bag. The ratings are way down already.
wow.
When she lost that game, they lost more than half their audience.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, she's definitely here to stay. She's not going anywhere.
Yeah, well, she's not going. She'll be back next year.
Yeah.
So I think the ladies will get one. I mean, but here's what they need. Remember, I don't know. You might remember this, Trey Ferg, when Jackie Robinson. You weren't alive, but I'm saying when Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier, Pee Wee Reese he's getting bombarded by all the white fans. They call him all kinds of names. Pee Wee Reese goes up to second base and he puts his arm around him. And he shuts he just shuts all the racists up. Maybe it was only for that game. But he said, this is my teammate. Right? There's no black girl who's done that for Caitlin Clark.
Oh, yeah.
They haven't no black woman out there set up. Hey, what's up, Catellia? No black woman came up to Caitlin Clark when she's going through all that shit and said, you know what? Just look around to us. We need to cut this shit out.
No, but
We're blowing it back.
I've seen that other players, other black players, some other team go up to her and and kind of give her a hug, So that happened several times during the season.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
yeah. Okay, I must have missed it. You must have. But here's
Oh,
my
yeah, it
thing:
happened.
the NBA players, though, they've been all on her side, man. Charles Barkley with his ignorant self, and everybody coming out. But I just think they're fumbling the bag. But hopefully next year they'll calm down. All right, what's next? Oh yeah, Ferg went out. So what's next? We're gonna keep going. All right. Here's so of course they're in the playoffs. So the Aces are beating the New York Liberty. So they're up 2-0. I think they play Friday. Matter of fact, I know they play Friday. And then of course Minnesota and Connecticut are tied. They play again Friday. So
It's going
the
to be hard for
numbers
the
are way
Aces.
down.
I was going to say it's going to be hard for
So
the
what?
Aces. It's going to be hard for the Aces to win 3 in a row.
No, well, maybe, maybe not.
Because now they're down 2-0.
No, the Aces are winning 2-0.
I thought they're down 2-0, man. Are you sure?
I think the Aces are up.
I thought they were down the first 2 games. They lost the first 2 games to New York.
Okay, maybe you're. I thought maybe I got it wrong.
I think so because I thought
I
I saw
looked
it the
at
other day.
Okay.
That's why I was saying it's going to be hard for them to three-peat. They're already down 2 games, and I think it did. The next one is over, right? It's a 5-game series, right?
To Liberty in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a 5-game series. If they lose the next one, they're out.
Okay, you're right though. You got it. I got it wrong. Okay. All right, yeah. So that's good. The other series is tied up. So that's why I need you to be my fact checker, like in the debates. So anyway, so I can fix that. So yeah, the playoffs. I mean, anybody watching the games now that Caitlin's gone? Yeah, now you're in New York, so you might watch that game, huh?
Yeah, I'm
Big
not really a
three.
WNBA fan, so I wasn't really watching anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
nobody.
watched.
All right, man. We're saying goodbye
When
to
Reese
Pete
came out,
Rose.
I lost interest.
Yeah, well, most people
When
did.
Angel Reese got the injury, I
Yeah.
lost all the interest in watching because
So
I
you
was
were
following
watching.
her.
You were watching for Angel Reese.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
So we're looking at a little bit of baseball, man. Pete Rose passed away at 83 on Monday.
Died at the age of 83. He played 24 seasons. His nickname was Charlie Hustle. He was an MVP, a 3-time World Series champion, a 17-time All-Star. And in 1985, he broke a record that was believed to be unbreakable, surpassing Ty Cobb to become the all-time hit king. But few players have had a more complicated legacy. In 1989, he was banned from baseball for betting on games, including his own team. He died yesterday without ever making it to the Hall of Fame.
Well, you guys, all right. So let's ask the questions. Do you think his punishment, the baseball death penalty, was justified for the rest of his life? Trey Ferg?
No, I don't think so because there's been some time before where ownership has actually cheated the game too. So I don't think it justified. Maybe a third, but he's gonna make it now. They're gonna give him his just due now that he's gone.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Yeah. So they're gonna give it to him wouldn't giving him the Hall of Fame posthumously be like a slap in the face?
Yeah, they made the example. You haven't seen it since then, but they always make amends at the end, man. They're
Yeah,
not.
but
Yeah,
they're not making it. It seems cruel, though, right? You don't want to give the
they
guy.
don't care.
You don't think that would be cool? What about you, Charles? What do you think about not putting him
Well,
on?
I think it depends on how much damage that was done. I wasn't following the details. You know what I mean? I don't know to what extent No, I mean, sometimes, no harm, no foul. I don't know
Yeah.
to what extent did it really damage the game by
Not at
basing
that
on
point,
this.
because maybe they never revealed how bad what he did was.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
He
So I
just
think,
bet on games. He just bet on games, and
Yeah,
you know they.
but just bet on games means different things. I mean, did he throw some games? Did some
Well, yeah,
exactly.
games?
was he involved in fixing some games or something, or
Yeah,
it was
Exactly.
just
But
betting?
see, that's the thing that they couldn't really prove. But if you bet on a game that you're playing in, then who's to say if he was trying to throw the game or win the game?
yeah.
But
So
that's what he did.
that's the
So
point. So Charles brought up that point. We really don't know the magnitude, just like Mars said. We don't really know the magnitude because he said they proved that he actually did bet on some games he was managing and playing in.
yeah. Well,
So I mean, he said, I think he finally said, "Well, I was only betting for us to win," but that's a slippery slope. But I still don't. Even if he did all of that, at some point after 10 years, 20 years, for what he gave to the baseball, what he did for baseball, they should have let him in there before he passed away.
They
But you
might
might
have
be right
wanted
there.
Yeah,
Huh?
to.
I think so too. Just like I think guys like Barry Bonds, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, absolutely,
Bonds
absolutely.
should be there, man. He did so much for baseball. Guys like Mark McGuire, Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
guys should be in the Hall of Fame eventually.
Well, we'll see. I think it just depends on how. We'll see. Hopefully. But anyway, so Pete Rose dead at 83. Oh, Otani, his record-setting stats this year. So he finished, okay, 50-50 is a record that he set. But he finished the league with 54 home runs and 59 stolen bases. And so that record probably going to stand for quite some time.
I think so too. And then I think his batting average, he was 4 points away from having a triple crown because I think he batted 310, and the guy that beat him was 314.
Wow.
Yeah, so he almost, and that would have been the first triple crown winner in the National League, and since like 1927 or something like that.
Well, you know
Over
what?
in over 70 years, I think they were saying. I forgot the year, but it was definitely a long time ago.
See, I didn't. It's funny that I'm talking baseball now. For the whole year, we haven't said anything, but now it's the playoff time. We're getting serious. So here's the playoff brackets. And the playoffs are in full swing. The Mets are up 1-0. Hey, I got something for you. I got a question for you guys at the end. But I might as well say it now. Do you know the Mets have never played the Phillies in the playoffs? Never.
yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
I
man,
didn't know that.
that's incredible. How did he manage to do that? Because they were always in the same division. So that's incredible. Well, I found that out. So that's my little baseball
Yeah.
trivia.
What I would love
So,
to see is a Subway Series with the Yankees and the Mets.
well, we had one right in the year 2000.
Oh, we did.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I remember
Who
that.
won?
The Yankees, of course.
Oh, okay.
The Yankees, of course, man. Anyway, man. So here's my question, and I think we talked about it. I said, is Caitlin Clark a polarizing figure, or is it the envious ladies, and the past players of the WNBA? They're the polarizing figures, if you ask me. I don't think it's her.
I don't think it's her either. I think it's just a lot of jealousy going on because they probably think she's gotten there too quick. Like she's already getting endorsements for millions of dollars, things like that. So other players don't like that. They
Yeah,
pay their
yeah, but
dues.
okay, you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Like you said, I mean, anybody else can chime in. But you know what? She's the reason why they're flying. What they flying with you? Charter jets,
Mhm.
right? And she complained once. She said, "Why are we still flying you?" And she said, "Why are we flying a commercial?" And she mentioned that they put $50 million into the coffers so these ladies could all fly charter.
Well, I think maybe her fans can be a little unhinged. Some of them, but maybe she can't really help what the fans do. You know what I'm saying?
She can't help it all. But if they want her to come out, see, here's my thing, though, Mars. We
Mhm.
still haven't seen one substantiated evidence that the fans have done anything. Like with all the cameras, all the all the social media, where's the evidence that they were constantly berating these people on the
I
court?
mean, I've seen some racial stuff, man. You know, like I
You
said,
mean on in social
some of
media?
these people, they take just like politics and sports and different things, man. Some of these people take it to a whole nother level, that it don't belong. And I ain't saying that's all of her fans, but some of them, they out of their minds.
No,
But that could be with anything too.
I don't disagree with that.
Bullshit. Why didn't you tell me you was up?
But you got to go on mute somebody. All right. So
Yeah.
listen. All right. So that's the first one. Now, how about the Ravens? The Ravens they play the Bengals this week. The Bengals. I thought it was last week, but they play this week. If the Bengals go 1-4, I think they're going to be done for the season unless they have a full turnaround.
Yeah, I want my Ravens, man. I want them to get to that Super Bowl and take the whole thing this year, man.
we
We need a ring. We need that in the city.
They look good, though. They look good, but they lost those first two games, man. And the first one, I can dig it. The second one is unforgivable.
Yeah, but Ray,
So,
don't forget it's a 17-game season, so I think until you get to like games week 7 or so, you really can't count anybody out. You know.
well, let me give it to you this way. I don't know about 1-4, but if you ever started the season 0-4, the last team to get into the playoffs starting 0-4 was in 1992. So I don't think 1-4 is much better.
Well, I mean, you could start 0-4, still end up like 10-7 or
Well,
11-6,
okay. So let
and
me
be in the playoffs.
you're correct. What I'm trying to tell you is the last team that made the playoffs that started 0-4 was in 1992.
Dang, yeah, that's been a while.
It's just been a while.
Yeah.
You know, every game counts. And that's the thing that the beauty of the NFL is the first game of the season really counts. Like, for example, when Kansas City beat Baltimore, right, that gives them home field advantage if they're tied.
Yep.
And that matters in the NFL.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, every game counts. That's why I think that's part of the beauty of the game. That even though it's 17 games, almost every game counts. You can't give away a game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so what say you, Coach? You back what?
I mean, like you said, every game counts now. You know, that's the way they sort of make the schedules. In a sense, they want meaningful games early and throughout the season. But you know, as I watch the games, you know, teams have, like, I'll just use Baltimore for instance. You have been the leading rushing team the last few years. You bring in one of the best rusher in the league,
Yeah.
and you don't use him. Derrick Henry should get the ball at least 20 to 25 times a game, every game. It doesn't matter. You use him because we see what he does. He's going to wear your ass down as the game gets going.
Right.
And when everybody gets into this flashy game, you get away from your strength. And that's why Baltimore lost. If you look, they got away from what got them to where they're supposed to be. So,
yeah, I was just telling. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's just all on coaching. It ain't got nothing to do with players. You call them fucking pass plays on first down.
I was telling Mars that very thing. I said with Henry there, Lamar doesn't have to throw the ball more than 25 times, if that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, especially if they get the lead.
I mean, it might be time for them to go in another direction with the coach. I mean, that coach, he's been there for so long, and we've been having so many seasons where we haven't really, you know, got to where we need to be. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's time to get the cherry on top. You know what I'm saying? So it's, you know, it might be time for another coaching. Another, you know, it might be time to change directions. You know,
Damn, You want to get rid of the coach? Listen, I think the coach is pretty damn good, man. I think
Bring on Bill Belichick.
no.
Nah,
I
that
mean,
would work.
I hear you, Mark. But listen, I think the losses in the playoff. To tell you the truth, I think they fall squarely on Lamar Jackson. So here's where I'm coming from. He's a very good quarterback. I mean, he's on the verge of greatness. But you know what? You know what keeps him back? That pass that he missed in the end zone in the Kansas City game, when a guy was wide open. The great ones make that play. They make that play. The guy's wide open. Now that would have just tied the game. That doesn't mean they would have won it. But I'm saying, how you miss that guy?
Yeah,
You
but
know?
you can't really define a player in one play. You know what I'm saying?
No. Yes, sir. Yeah, the reason why I think I can is because he's at that margin. That's the difference between him and a Mahomes. Or Brady. Brady's gonna make that play. You know, that's what I'm saying. If you're on the verge of greatness, it is about the play. It is about the play.
I see your point there
That's
too.
just me. Hey, coach, you know what I'm saying?
I think up in that
You know,
this in
so
the
I mean,
playoff looms a lot larger. You know? And regular season, first game of the year, I wouldn't put too much weight on that. If it's in a playoff game, you know what I mean?
I'm talking about I'm not talking about just the first game. I don't know if you understand, Mars, if you get what I'm saying. I'm saying this is not just that one game.
Oh, okay.
It's the one thing for Lamar that keeps him those clutch plays that you need so you can elevate and win those close games.
If you
That's
think
what
about
I'm saying.
if you think about the times that Baltimore made it to the Super Bowl, like I think 2000 and I forget the other year. We had Trent Dilfer one year, and it was Flacco the other year.
Flacco the other year.
And the times we got to the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl, our defense was just so formidable. You know, I think that's the same formula that's just going to have to go back to doing that. And as far as, like I said, the coaching, you know, we haven't been getting results. You know, it might be time to start looking for elsewhere somebody with a new strategy, a new formula. You know.
No, I'm with you. And you know what, man? That's the first time I heard somebody want to get rid of. He's a hardball, right?
Yeah, hardball. Yeah.
Let's get rid of the hardball. You know what? But you know what? I can't say you're wrong. I just don't know. You know, I mean, maybe he's just a great regular season coach. You know, but was he there when they won the championship? Oh no, I know it was the other guy. I forgot the old guy.
Harbaugh was there for Flacco's time at the Super Bowl, I think.
Okay.
And it was when it wasn't him it was first Frisco, right? Wasn't it the first his brother or something like that? Something crazy like that.
Yeah,
His cousin was coaching the 49ers or something. Yeah. Maybe I got it wrong.
That's right. No, yeah, it was him. He played in the championship game against his brother, right?
Yeah, I think his brother was on the 49ers coach, and he was the Ravens. If I got it correct, and maybe I got it confused.
No, the Ravens, because I don't think the Ravens ever got to the championship with him. Oh yeah, they might have. Yeah,
I thought he was the coach with Flacco got the Ravens.
Yeah,
I thought.
You're right. I mean, I have to go back to the archive. But anyway, so yeah, I hear where you're coming in. You weighing in on the fact that you had it up to here. So this is Harbaugh's last year with you, man. If you don't win this year, it's over. The owner Mars is gonna fire his ass, man. Hey man, you know what? It's a thing. Now, I'm not getting political on this chart here. However, I just want to show some contrast. You know, so Trump goes to the Alabama game.
All right.
And he goes to the Alabama game. Here's the reaction.
For our children, it's parents and teachers fighting to make our schools safe.
That's a lot of cheers. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of cheers, but that's in the South, man. So you can expect that. And Walsh, you know, Mr. Tampon.
Yeah, they out there playing their banjos, man, and really, they're excited, man.
Governor Tampon is over here. Okay, you back, Trey. How you doing, man? All right, so here's Governor. This is his reaction. Governor Tampon.
This video of Tim Walz from a Michigan versus Minnesota football game is going viral.
He's giving the fans a
Social
middle
media
finger.
users shared this clip claiming Walz gave the middle finger to a
Clearly, that's a middle finger.
2024 baby.
Oh man.
Look how he
The
gets
Harris County, Minnesota governor explained
Mr. Vice President.
at the Michigan Wolverines versus Minnesota Golden Gophers football game on September 28th.
It's come on now. Was that the middle finger or not?
That's crazy.
Video of Tim Walz from Michigan versus
You know, and the news media is not covering that shit at all.
This clip claiming Walz gave the middle finger to a fan who yelled,
Claiming my ass.
neither the Harris campaign nor the Minnesota governor have reacted to these claims. Walz was at the Michigan Wolverines.
Okay, so yes, you know, he's got to pass. The media is so much in the Harris camp that he got to pass. If Trump would have gave the middle finger to these people, man, can you imagine? We would still be talking about that shit.
Man,
I don't know, man. Trump has done a lot worse than that.
Yeah, they talk about it though.
Yeah,
You don't get away with shit, man. The guy can't. If he takes a shit and leaves a stain on the toilet bowl,
perhaps what happens to
hey
happen?
man, even Wade was screwed, dog.
A fan
Both sides suck.
A fan
And
must
they
have
suck
touched his
hard.
heart and he snapped.
Yeah, listen. You know what? I agree, but you know what? No matter who wins, we all still have to survive for our families.
Oh yeah.
Our pain.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just based off his video, if any of us was running for president or vice president or fucking secretary of state and we gave the fang at a football game, where do you think we would end up after that?
Oh, you put your middle finger up?
Yeah.
You know what? I think I would survive it.
Our pain, you wouldn't be no longer
I think I
nominated.
would survive it. You know why? Because I would have been putting my middle finger up, man, 1,000 times to the alphabets and everybody. If I'm still standing, I would be still standing. I said, you know what? Hell, I'd be like Trump.
Well, you would have survived if you had a good explanation, right? So
a good explanation for giving people a finger.
Yeah, of course we could give an explanation. Maybe somebody cussed you out and you snapped. I don't know. I heard somebody cussed out my mom. Somebody was talking about my mom or something. I don't know.
All the guy said was Trump 24. He gave him the finger. Gave the finger.
It's not a good reason for that. Yeah.
All right.
It's gonna be a personal attack.
Last week I talked about this cutie pie who boxes. Her name is Alicia Baumgartner. So she had this fight, and it's not worth seeing. There's a couple of things. She goes a couple of rounds, and they have a headbutt. So it was a championship fight that ended in a no contest because of the head bump, accidental headbutt. But hey, when you see this girl, I mean, she's a boxer, but she dresses up nice. She's cute. But she got muscles, man. She got some serious yams. But she's cute, man. She put on a dress and some heels. Oh, you know. Anyway, so you know, but
let us see some pictures of her. let the people decide, man.
I don't have the picture. Hey, just look up Alicia Baumgartner. You'll see her. Just Google search her, man. She got some nice. She's nice. But anyway, so it's a short clip. I mean, she's boxing. Now she got a thong under that thing. If it flopped up, you'll see some yams. So then, but she's tough, man. You're not gonna be able to, you know. You're gonna have to be if you were her man, and she's a heterosexual too. She says, man,
oh man, I don't know about that, bro. That might be risky business, man. She might put hands on you.
If you want to fight her, yeah. If you want to fight her, but if you want to do the other F, maybe not. You know.
Yeah, she's not bad, man. I see it. She's not bad at all.
No, she's not. But anyway, she did an interview. A sports interview, and she brought up the fact that people think she's a dyke. And she said, nah, man, I like men. And she said it with conviction. She said it with enough conviction where I said, man, if I wasn't married, maybe I'd give her a call, me sliding them DMs. I'm just joking.
Man.
You know what? I've never slid. You know what? I've been married so long. I've never slid in a woman's DMs. I didn't even know what they were, man. Somebody had to educate me on what the hell that was. What is DMs?
Was she trying to fight Layla Ali a long time ago or something? Is this the same chick?
That was Clarissa Shields.
Oh, that was Clarissa Shields. Oh, okay.
That's Clarissa Shields. All right, so yeah, she look up. She's a good fighter, but if she keeps fighting, man, they're gonna mess up that nose. And one day she gets beat up bad, but she's a cutie pie. She's actually a cutie pie. So this is my boxing schedule. Like I said, I'm into boxing. I guess the next big thing coming up is Tim Tszyu, who's Costa Tszyu's son, who's fighting. Tyson, that fight with Tyson and Paul is still on, from what I understand. Bivol, that fight should be a really good fight. Shakur Stevenson, who I think is overrated, is fighting. And Ben Whitaker, who is an exciting fighter, but he's a clown. And I forgot to put the date on there. He's going to be fighting in November sometime. So he's a clown, but he's got punching power. And he got a real slick defense, but he clowns a little bit too much. And if he gets in with the wrong guy, he's going to get knocked out. But anyway, so hey fellas, any parting thoughts? Am I just claiming any parting? What's interesting to you in sports? Are you guys into the football? And you go ahead, go first, Mars. Any parting thoughts?
Man, I just want to see how the season is gonna go. And like you said, if he doesn't get him to the Super Bowl this year, man, he's out of there.
Okay, all right. Yeah, man, don't be a stranger, man. I mean, I pop in. When you go live very so often, I pop over there, see what you're doing. Vic, Charles, what you got, man?
Well, I got some high hopes for the Jets this year because of Aaron Rodgers. So let's see. I hope they don't disappoint. So I think the Jets are going to do well. So I'm excited about the NFL season.
What about the Giants?
Nah, I'm not holding much up for the Giants.
I hear you.
Yeah.
What about you, Trey? Okay. What about you, Trey? Verb.
With Harbaugh, he'll still be around if they don't make it to the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, can't get rid
He
of
gonna get to retire.
They ain't gonna do it, but they need to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the first guy I know who wants to get rid of Harbaugh, man. I'm serious.
Yeah, man.
It comes
Yeah,
down.
man. They need to do it, man. Hey, man. You got to get results eventually, man.
Yeah,
I hear you. I
where
just
it come
think
from.
they look. I mean, the Baltimore Ravens look good, man. They do every year in the regular season. Okay, let me put this to you guys.
What about some trick plays? What about be sneaky? Do some sneaky stuff, man.
Brother.
Come on, something.
No, brother. Listen,
something.
The secret is this.
Give me something.
No, brother. You lead in the league in rushing. Why the hell, when the playoff come, everybody wants to just pass the ball? You have to do what got you there. When you start switching up,
but once again, who's right? Who's saying? Who is the person? If we take your theory, who's the guy? Who's the one?
They're not gonna put it on him, as Arpain said. He gonna put it on Lamar Jackson. He gonna do it. It's gonna be Lamar Jackson. But you can't get away from your strengths. You can't do it. It doesn't work ever.
Yeah, man. They gotta use Henry, man. Hook or crook, man. He looked phenomenal last week. Oh man, yeah, he does, but I had a question for you guys before we left, but it just slipped my mind. I'm having a senior moment. But the fact is that, I can't even remember. It was a good one too. Damn it. That would have been a nice, nice icing on the cake. But I appreciate you guys coming up. And listen, like I said, I'm here every week, man. This is my 44th episode.
Wow, that many?
Yeah.
No way.
7 o'clock Eastern every Wednesday. One time I had to make it a little later because I got tied up with some family stuff, but I still had the show. It was 9:30. But sooner or later I'm gonna get, jazz all this stuff up and look like a professional YouTuber. and sell my on the swivel at the sports bar to like ESPN for $100 million, and
Hey, sounds good.
then give all that money to my children. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's thinking
Anyway,
positive, man. Good.
anyway, gentlemen, hey, I appreciate y'all coming up, man. So anytime, man, if y'all just want to talk sports, you know I'm here every Wednesday at 7. Trey Ferg comes up, and you know, just kick it back and forth.
All right, buddy.
All right.
All
Gentlemen,
right.
good night.
Take it
Thanks,
easy,
man.
guys. I
Ladies
appreciate you
and
coming in.
later. Bye.
Appreciate you. Okay.
Later.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, I can tell you. I appreciate it as usual. And for anybody who catches this on replay, thank you. Hit that like button. And if you have some comments, put some comments out there. You know, so you always get a chance to hear what we talked about. If you have something that we missed, feel free to add it. And with that, I'll say good night.